Oh god, what is this? Oof. Yikes,
Game
did you have
one.
everything?
I do have everything.
Ah,
Hello, friendos and randos. I'm joined by Kai Lakai here. Fantastic blue purple Luffy connoisseur, big guide writer. You may know him from the Caliber team and from now his very big YouTube channel. And we'll also be casting the Chinois Cup on Sunday, the coming Sunday. So I will leave Kai to introduce himself real quick before we hit into the video.
yeah. Hi guys, my name is Aikadakai. Recently, big blue purple Luffy connoisseur, but before that point, I was a lot of minor decks, lots of Vegapunk, lots of red purple Luffy. So I've been around a bit, but blue purple Luffy a little bit too strong. So I've been just playing this for a while. But I heard that today you have something that you think might be able to deal with him.
Yeah, 100%. I have been a Yamato player for a while. Since OP10, the main the origin story for why I started playing Yamato was I actually first picked up Green Yellow Law because I was a red green Law player in OP03, and all the way up to OP05 before he became like kind of unplayable because of Sakazuki and four cost Lucci. And Green Yellow Law kind of scratched the same itch. And then I played him a couple of times and I realized that if I'm going to play an aggro deck, it doesn't make sense for the aggro deck to auto lose to Blackbeard. And in OPO10, like BDIF was Dofi and then Blackbeard as well, right? And I felt
Right.
that the matchup spread wasn't good enough to bring Green Yellow Law into the tournament. But Yamato actually did pretty well in testing. Um, it didn't do well enough in practice. Like it was like X2, X3 kind of material. But I think if I had a bit more time to tweak the list, I think it may have been okay. So that's what today is for. We're going to be training. I have the Malaysian Championships this weekend. It will be OP12 plus ST legal. First tournament in that format, I think, because the Hiroshima tournament wasn't ST legal. So I think it's got a lot of potential. I think the Momonosuke especially is a very very powerful card, and I think the matchup into Blue Purple Luffy is surprisingly good. Assuming no 4 off 9 cost Big Mom, I think it's actually very winnable. So we're gonna test that theory today. We're gonna see if that works, and we're playing. So let's make some content out of it, I guess.
Yeah, sure. At least at the start of OP11, when people were still trying to figure out what was actually going to be the best deck, this was one of the matchups that I tested against Fidelity TCG, another big Yamato player, and I kind of destroyed him. So I really hope that Yamato does a bit better today.
Yeah, for sure. Fidelio and I have discussed tech for the Yamato list quite a bit. Even from OP10, when I first brought my list to the Bandai Card Fest, I think I was discussing with him like some tech options. I think it has a passable matchup. As long as there isn't 4 9 cost mums, I think it's very winnable. 4 9 cost mum is auto lose, but I think every deck loses to 4 9 cost mum. So that is like it's like a not really a like litmus test. The real test is just like at the mid roll level, like consistently, is it a favorable matchup? And I think to me the answer is yes, but it may just be like the same blue purple Luffy's aren't good enough to beat. So we're gonna find it out against Mr. Connoisseur himself.
Right. Okay. How do you want to decide who's going first and second then?
We'll just run like a best of 5 maybe, and then we'll rotate. First, second, first, second, first, and I think you
Okay.
can choose first because usually, blue purple chooses first, right?
Yeah. In this matchup, if I can get a double ramp, I can get my 9 cost mom off very, very early, and that's kind of what I would be aiming for in this matchup, so I would want to pick first, yeah.
For sure, yeah. Okay. I'm still like not 100% on the Mulligan criteria, but I think this is good enough.
I also have most of what I need. Maybe my ramp cards aren't as ideal, but for now, I have most of the parts that I need.
Yeah, I mean good enough is good enough, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I've been
It is a
playing
bit
against.
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
is. I've been playing a lot of Blue Purple Luffy that just staff me, which I think may be good, but I'm not 100% sure because like sometimes that's how they just end up not having enough pressure to go for game and they're already on the timer.
Yeah. This is tricky. Usually people just slam 9 and I take that pretty easily. 6 is a bit awkward to deal with.
Yeah, I think the main reason people slam 9 early is to get the leader effect on, but you're already at 3, so I don't really have that requirement.
Yeah.
This just
And
actually gives you it gives you more options to ramp if you just eat. So
yeah. Oh shit. I know what that 3 dunk's gonna be. Yeah, that's a problem for me. Yeah.
yeah,
Um the thing is though, I feel like I'm in a worse spot if I defend this and the next turn you decide to banish my life instead. So I do think that I just take this. Fortunately
yeah,
I don't get any triggers.
it is a very powerful line. There is a bug on Sim where like Kiku comes in active instead of rested off of Mihawk, but we kind of have to play around it. If you do swing into it, just let me know, and then I will throw counter accordingly.
Okay.
Although, like,
Yeah,
if I let it go,
honestly,
I can't heal, so it's a bit irritating, but it's fine.
right, that's true. It's okay. We have to deal with the sim, so I'll just pretend that it's active right now, although that makes the card very strong.
Yeah, it does. It does make Mihawk super broken.
Now what do I want to do here? Ideally, I want to just kind of prevent you from being able to kill me early, and then eventually I can get to my 9 mums. And the best way for me to do that with my current hand is to just hit for 4, get the ramp, and
Yeah.
there's no reason for me to hit into you currently, just because if you trigger out another Kikunojo, it makes it really bad for me.
Mm.
So I'm just going to look through here. Like, this is fine to put on top of my life, but I do think that there are cards that I'd be prioritizing a bit more than this, just considering that your leader is probably going to hit at pretty high thresholds with the leader effect. So I think I just send this to the bottom.
Mm.
And then I'll just give a second to add a rested donk and enter.
Okay. Curious if if Sim was working, if the Kiko was rested, would you hit into it? I wouldn't think so.
Uh, nah, I would. I
You
don't
would.
really mind you gaining the life, yeah. But it's a 1 card difference. If this deck wins, I win by much more than 1 card, so it doesn't make a huge difference in the end.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, still, like, if I hit into Kikunojo and you take it, gaining the 1 life doesn't make a huge difference for me. But if you decide to counter it out, then it does reduce your hand size by 1, which makes it a little bit easier for me to eventually take back your board more. So,
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
think hitting into it is probably correct.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Need to play
6
around
into the
Red
leader.
Rock. Okay.
Just don't want to be... Ooh, new card.
New card. Kozuki Momonosuke. And this line is probably like what I consider almost perfect curve. Like the only way it can be perfecter is if 2 Dawn I played Hiyori and set a Kiku on life as well. Then that would be like extra perfect.
Oh, that helps me, though.
Yeah. No, I was
Okay.
figuring like if there was a Red Rock trigger, I need to swing with the Kiku first.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there it may have been worth it to bottom the Mihawk, because then the Momonosuke doesn't get to rush. Like niche
Ooh,
interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really like weird interaction, but it is an
Yeah.
interaction.
Yeah, this is my lack of knowledge in the matchup. That is something to keep an eye on.
No, I
Um,
think it's fair.
Yeah, but still, if I can somewhat stably survive the next couple of turns, then I should be fine, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
9 here is pretty big.
Yeah, very big for me. And the question is, do I send this to the top or bottom? I do think I just sent it to the bottom. Generally, if I'm not afraid of seeing the card again, I would send to the top, but it does have rush, so I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, for sure, that's true. Tough call here. I think it's this. I I just spam clicking because I don't want to bother with precision. So I just click until there's 4 selected.
Yeah. This as well is fine to take, and finally, I get my leader effect.
Yes, and this is where the real game starts. The good thing about the Mihawk is that one issue I was having with this matchup is that Naimam like clears everything in my deck. So having the
Yeah,
Mihawk is very helpful to have a big body that is both hard to remove like by attacking and also hard to remove like in general unless you have Red Rock.
for
And
sure.
in this position, if you Red Rock, you don't have like defenses up, so it's fine. Like you can only like Dofi plus blocker, Dofi plus one down open plus Red Rock.
My lack of knowledge in this matchup, I don't know. Usually I can tell, depending on your play, whether you have, for example, Hody or not, but I don't know if you would choose to play Hody even if you had it last turn. So I don't know if you actually have it.
I think that's fair. That's a fair assessment. I think it's like the Bonnie matchup where like it's kind of too important to have it for the lethal turn. So it's
Yeah.
pretty similar on that front.
Yeah, it does seem like the sort of thing where even if you have it, you'd still prioritize the Mihawk just to have extra attacks.
100%.
Because I have two different lines here. I can go for one where I just play 8 Katakuri and leave up Dong, but that's weak to Hody, or I could play 9 Mom to just heal one, which deals with Hody a little bit better, but it still is risky for me.
Yeah, there's merits to both lines for sure.
Yeah, at the very least, I grab the Sanji, and I think that I have to go for the safer line just because it seems like you would have, at the very least, something to deal with my cards since you also have Dead Man's Game in the in the deck now.
Yeah, it's a huge buff by the way. I was really hoping that I could like slot in 5 cost smoker here so I can do like Hody plus Dead Man's Game, like end games, but it's really difficult to find that space like brick wise. Oh, huge.
Now the question is, do I want to attack with 9 Mom again? I don't think so. Just because if you get a second one, then it's a problem for me.
Yeah. Puts it back
Yeah,
on
I
the-
wanted to attack him this way, just so that if you did trigger something out, I could just get rid of it.
Yeah, I
So
mean that's fair.
in the end, not a big problem for me, but it does give me a bit of information on your life.
Just one Dawn. I think this position is pretty good to do this.
Well, what are these cards that you're playing?
These are very powerful
Yeah.
cards. Only one Dawn, this is a like pretty vulnerable position. Forcing Gigantia is quite huge, because you don't have leader effect next turn.
Yeah, nah, I'm definitely not going to use Giganto there.
Yeah. So this is a very good position then.
Yeah, it's rough for me.
Yeah, it's one hand. Drop a Kiku. So the
Okay.
Akos kit is really good in this specific position. Like I understand the Katakuri line is a bit weaker to Hody, but this line is so weak to Akos kit.
Yeah, it is for sure. Unfortunately, I didn't see very many good things there.
No, that's fair. That happens.
Yeah, I had to send my leader effects to the bottom of the deck. It's a bit tricky. Maybe there was a play where I just go for the 8 cost kit, or not 8 cost kit, 8 cost Katakuri and hope that you just don't have the Hody.
But even with the Hody, there's one Dawn, but it's 8-8-10. Yeah, I don't think that.
It's still risky. It's
Yeah.
just what do I think you have, and I just didn't expect the deck to run 8 cost kid.
No, 100%. I think that's one of the benefits of playing a deck like Yamato, right? Like no one really understands the deck list. Like heading into the tournament, they won't know what to expect in terms of like what lines do I need to play around. Of course, everyone knows like Hody Jones is like a scary card, but like other than that, not much clarity, I think.
Yeah. There's a few cards that might be able to save me, and I don't think that actually just attaching Dong to my leader and stuff to clear your board is actually going to help me. So that's not one of the cards, though. That's not one of the cards. Okay, we sent to the bottom though, so that means we're not going to draw it off of the Gumjite that's not in our hand.
Yeah, that's a benefit.
Just send this to the.
Oh my god.
Then, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. At least I didn't attack the turn before.
No, for sure.
Take your game one.
I do take
Yikes!
game
Did you
one.
have everything?
I do have everything.
Ah. Wait,
Yeah,
it's rough.
it is. It is. I think the ACOS kit there was like super punishing, but I mean that's why it's included in the deck.
Yeah.
Like both your deck and green purple Luffy are like you guys are very okay to take down to one life, but you will never take that last life, right? And
You're right.
ACOS kit just solves that problem like single handedly, so it's really really good. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now that I know a little bit of what's in your deck, maybe I can play around a bit better, but it is still a bit difficult.
Yeah,
I guess I'll go second now.
yeah, you go second.
Yep.
The going first curve is a little awkward. I think this is good enough to keep, but it just feels bad to play around like the Mihawk when it's bugged. So I'll just mulligan that.
See, I think I keep this hand. I think it's specifically good into generally what Yamato would try to do.
No, that's fair.
Okay, Kikunojo. And I
Almost whiffed, by the way.
I have that sort of image, or like I have an image of that happening a lot in that deck, just because you have to run things like Hody and whatnot.
Yeah, but I've like more than 20 targets, so it's like it's probably about as common as a Shanks whiffing, but it's like it's a top 5 searcher. It's not like Lucci or like Usopp where it's like a top 3 searcher.
Yeah, this is tricky.
Yeah. I think the 6k swing here is like so valuable. Like you said, it's like even if you guard it, then it makes you more susceptible to the banish swing later, which is like even worse, right?
Yeah, I think this time this is the better line for me.
Yeah, I mean going second, going first I have less Dawn anyway, so I think that's fair as well.
Yeah, and I absolutely don't want to hit into that life, so we'll deal with that later.
That's fair. With one down open, there's probably a gear second angle, so I think we'll continue to just build like this.
4 is likely Kikunojo. I think I'm fine to take this hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels good to like land a 1k counter double attack, though. Because people just want hand cards, right? Like they get greedy for hand cards.
Yeah, but this is like the nice thing about Yamato is that a lot of the times it's correct to take that attack, because if you keep defending it, then eventually it'll get banished, and then you're in just a worse spot. Or eventually you're gonna have to take it anyways, and you just lose cards that you would have wanted to play on that turn. So it's one of those things where like you just need to know when to sort of cut your losses and take the attack.
Yeah, you're right. 100%.
I still don't want to let whatever is in your life out, so I'm just going to do this.
That's okay. I'm fine with that as well.
Okay. These are all kind of valuable, so I think I might actually put them to the top.
That's a bit scary to know that that's 10 good cards in hand.
Yeah, I mean that happens sometimes with this deck.
It does.
Okay, and I just don't want to hit, so here you go.
The 2 Dawn open is super irritating. 2 Dawn open is super irritating. I really don't want to give you Bagua.
But do you want to give me time?
Yeah, it's like a lose-lose situation. TBH, like there's not much you can do. But I mean, no matter what, I clear this. I guess like if you Bagua, you Bagua. No Bagua. No Bagua. No Bagua.
I'll Bagua this one though.
Okay, that's fine. And then I have to do this because if not, I don't get the draw.
Oh yeah.
I was playing who you call him EBO2 Sanji in this Bonnie slot before, and I realized that I would be in this position where I have 4 life and just my opponent won't hit me, so I never get to use the damn draw. So I swapped her up for Bonnie instead. which I think makes more sense.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right play. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, it's just so super annoying to play my 5 cost Sanji down and just not draw anything.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah,
This
but
Bonnie, like, I thought it would be terrible, but it's actually surprisingly strong card in a lot of green decks.
yeah, it is very finicky. Like if you have no board, like it just
Right here.
what's the word? It has the same issues that green has in general, where control just beats you, right? Like if I have
Right.
no board, like if you cleared my Hiyori or Kiku, right, then I wouldn't have enough things to rest to play this. So it makes it super awkward to play sometimes. But like I mean, yeah, sometimes I have to swing with my 0 power Hiyori to get enough rested cards for the requirement.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
let's
it's super
see. Now,
powerful
do
because of the
I?
Dawn Restand, I think.
Yeah, no, like basically being a 4 cost queen is really good.
For sure. Despite the finicky like things you need to play around.
Mhm. Hmm. You're at 9 dong next turn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get punished as hard by 8 cost kid in this current situation.
Mm.
Hmm. Fuck, what else did you play? Oh, Mihawk. Mihawk doesn't hurt me as much either. I'm trying to think if I should rest this 5 cost Nami or not. The only thing I'd be worried about is just dying next turn. And I don't think I die next turn with the amount of cans that I have, so I will hit with this Nami.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Bam, bam,
Bam
bam.
bam. Bye bye
And
Bonnie.
what do I want to get rid of? Play this. Gain 1 life. And Kikunojo or Bonnie is kind of tricky, but yeah, Kikunojo has the trigger, so I do probably want to just get rid of the Bonnie.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense in general.
I need to think about what card I'm going to be forcing you to send or to draw off of Hody, because that's going to be the first time you draw your hand.
Yeah.
Nah, I probably don't want you to draw that. Okay. And right now I feel relatively safe.
No, I think that's fair. I think in this position I have only one power play, and that's
Okay, hold on. How much dong do I need?
7.
Okay.
I think this is the best power play for this position.
Mhm. Yeah. But thankfully I'm a fair and balanced leader, so that doesn't hurt me that much.
You are a fair and balanced leader. I can clear this at least, I think.
Yeah.
One of them is Gigant. And I mean, if this dies, that's fine. But I forced 3 cards. Oh my god, 12 casing is 3 cards. This leader, so fair and balanced. Truly fair and
Interesting.
balanced. Mm. Okay, there's another
Okay.
2k. All cards on top. Yeah, I'll heal.
Okay.
Yo, I'm Whitebeard.
And now I think I turn the corner. Even if you trigger out a character, I'm in a pretty safe spot currently.
Yeah, I mean, you could always 9 mom this again. Ooh, okay, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, actually, I had the choice between 9 mom and 8 cost Katakuri, but by playing the 8 cost Katakuri here, it's a bit weaker against Hody, but in the longer run, if you don't Hody me here, like even if you Hody me here, I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
But so in the next coming turns, this Katakuri is going to give me a bit more value than 9 mom would.
No, I agree. On the flip side, I think I have no choice but to hold it here. It's probably no better option than this. And even if you force guard, I can turn side instead.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
I'm kind of tempted to take this.
I think that's fair. Like 2 hand cards is always a position where you.
Yeah, especially because I know what this card's going to be.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
When I use the 5 cost Nami, I put 9 cost Mom and Red Rock to the top of my deck, so I'd have them ready for 9 cost Sanji.
Yeah, that's really good. Such a balanced leader.
It's a good deck.
It is, it is. And that's why I have to beat it. It's
Yeah. 6
most
cards
of
in
my
hand. It's
preparation.
actually not impossible for me to go for lethal, but I need to think about this a bit.
Yeah, it's not. This Izo really pisses me off, like, because you need to attach Dawn to make it a blocker. Like, it's very frustratingly weak. I wouldn't have minded it
Yeah.
being 2-0, like 2 cost 0 power if it just had blocker naturally. Like, it
I mean,
already
that'd be
loses
really
the
strong.
trigger. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be really strong. Even Dawn Dice 1 would have been fine, to be honest. I
Mm,
know they were like trying to link it with the leader effect, the Dawn Dice 2 and everything, but it just makes it very finicky. And you lose
right.
so much power. And if you, like, God forbid, you attach Dawn and don't block with it for one turn, then you need to lose 2 Dawn again the next turn. Super bad.
Yeah. Okay. I think hitting your life here, at least the second attack, is going to start to actually threaten you to have to counter it, or else you might end up dying. So this makes the most sense
Yeah.
economically.
9, 11, 11, 12. 2, 2, 6. Yeah, 2, 2, 6. Sure.
Yeah. So like if I were to make a staircase 9, 11, 11, 12, I haven't done math, but I'm just believing that that's what it would
Yeah.
be correct if I'm going for lethal. But this is much more annoying for you.
Oh, 100%. Because that makes it 3, 7, 12, 13 instead. 12 is 8k guard. I don't believe you dare. If you're putting me, it's 6 Dawn instead. 3, 6 Dawn, 4, 2, 10, 11. I don't believe you dare.
Oh, okay. Now let me think about this. Because like given that it's Yamato and there are a lot of counterlists in the deck, it is actually possible to have lethal.
100%, yeah.
Let's just do it again.
That I will have to protect.
Okay. And now the question is, do I need to hit you one more time, or do I have guaranteed lethal if I survive? I think there isn't really a reason for me not to hit you, given that Bonnie in your hand wouldn't be that threatening.
Yeah. I kind of have to guard this in case you have Rush Luffy, so...
Yeah. Okay.
That's annoying. 2 Dawn, 2 Gigants. 2 Gigants means... I have to go for game here, I think.
Yeah.
I need to go 1, 2, 3. 3 attacks through. It's very difficult to do this. I wish this easel was a serviceable body. It's not.
Hey, I mean, at least your one cost Yamato is kind of a serviceable body.
That's true. Okay, we have 2 Gigants in hand. I think 6k is the correct swing first.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Is there a world where I die? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. With 2 Gigants, I think it's pretty much over for me. Like, if I had one more attack, maybe, but... Like, with the current board, probably not.
Let me think about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can just counter that out.
Okay. Then this forces block or gigant.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Did you
this
use your lead effect for that? You did, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So 3 don't left.
This is the part where Izo being Onami would be much better, but can't have it all.
That's true, actually, yeah. But I guess being a 1-0 card is pretty substantial.
No, it is, it is. Oh, I can't do much here. I just have to go 8 and then pray. If at this point I had Moja
Yeah.
Tomre, it would have been really strong. Like after
Yeah.
my first leader swing, if I had Moja no Tamari there, I think I would have won on the spot. Unless this life is a ram trigger. Okay, take this life and then finish me.
Woo. Do that and 9 liter.
Got
And 9 liter.
got.
Nice. I also drew a giant off of the giant, so I did end up having just a ton of counter at the end.
No, but you didn't have Dawn, no? Or you had one giant and the second giant on top deck.
Yep.
I see, okay.
I had 2 long active. I trashed the giant with my other giant and drew into another giant, so I did technically have... I had a lot of counter.
Fair and balanced then.
Good deck, yeah.
Yeah, but I think going
for
second
1-1
is
though.
definitely correct. In this matchup, it feels like
Interesting.
the lines are very much stronger going second.
Yeah. This is really tricky for going first.
I think
Oof,
one of them was correct.
I have ramp cards, but I feel like in this matchup I definitely want to have
Guard.
yeah, like decent amount of 1Ks and stuff in the early game.
Yeah, a lot of people run like 30 cards with like without 1k on the side, so like you can really
Yeah.
get away with the 6k swing more often than not. And even if like they have the 1k, sometimes it's like things like you said, you are like you're worried if you guard with that only 1k you have, then later when the banish swing comes in, then it's even worse.
Right. You know, this might be trolling, but I do kind of want to see how this line would play out against an aggro deck, so I'll try.
Bet. Sure. This Kinemon, by the way, is super good.
Yeah, it's really good. I saw that come out of your life in the first game, and I realized that I probably shouldn't be hitting just because you have a much higher chance of actually triggering out a character early on.
Yeah, even the first life is pretty dangerous.
Yeah. It used to just be Kikunojo, so...
It did. I mean, there's still Nekomamushi and Inuarashi, but I think those were like much lower prio. I had Nekomamushi in the deck list for a bit. I thought it did pretty well into like clearing Jesus Burgess and like smaller blockers, but in the end it wasn't that great.
I see.
Yeah, I've been wanting to test this specific tech for a while, but I haven't fucking drawn it like any of the games. I drew it last game, but oh come on. Fuck.
I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference for me, but...
I mean, it does. I was gonna swing 6 with that, like this turn.
Yeah.
I mean, one brick into 1k counter is always good. Plus, you don't have to worry about it the coming turns. Body, nope.
Oh, okay, nobody.
Nobody.
In which case, this is a weird situation. What do I want to do here?
No God Tread for you. Actually, that's an
Yeah,
interesting thing as well. Like, I'm assuming you were trying to God Tread. So even if I had the trigger, maybe I shouldn't jump it.
Yeah, it's an interesting line because I didn't hit you on the first turn, but I hit you on the second turn, which probably would indicate that I am trying to play God Thread, which I was. But yeah.
Yeah. Then maybe Red Rock Trigger is wrong.
Yeah, it's possible. I just kind of got hyped.
No, like, I'm the yellow deck now. Very valid, very valid.
Yeah, when you see a trigger, you want to trigger it out. I was thinking if
100%.
it's worth it to just use God Thread for the ramp. Because I do have another option I could play on this turn instead.
Mm.
No, actually, I think I will just ramp with this just to make sure that I can actually get to 9 cost next turn.
Yeah, I think like God Trap Bagua is probably always the play. Oh, there's the tech. Okay, here we go.
Oh god, what is this?
So the other issue I was facing is that my Momonosuke never stuck.
Mm,
So I think this solves that pretty well.
it's interesting, yeah. I don't really have a good way to get rid of that.
And me not swinging there prevents leader effect that turn.
I could take. I think, I mean, given that you've played that, this is just the better thing for me to play. I feel like I'm just getting caught off guard by all these random tech cards you put in for me.
No, I understand. This for like any removal base deck, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Force as much out as I can. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good sequence.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people will do 688, but I think this is definitely better. Like, forcing the Katakuri to die is so huge. And the holdie here is like for example, if you did 9 mum to try to force my life face up so that the following turn you could 9 mum again, then the holdie prevents that staff play as well.
Right.
So I think the Shiroshi card is pretty busted.
Dude, I can't do anything because of that.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's the
Yeah.
entire point. Like the main issue is just okay, my shit keeps getting removed. This new card got printed. It's kind of busted. Let's just play it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if Yamato was slash, a lot of my problems would have been solved. Because one of my like deepest desires was running Perona Searcher, because that would have been crazy in this deck. Because it would have also solved the green purple Luffy matchup. Because I would be able to search Electrical Luna. But I decided I just didn't have that choice because Yamato is not slash, so have to get a little bit more creative.
I see. Hold on.
The Zoro Sensei card would have
Yeah.
worked as well if Yamato was slash.
Oof. Trying to think, what do I even do in this situation right now?
Yeah, this is pretty good for me.
Yeah.
Should be this. The next turn, this.
I think I just need to go for like very high risk, high reward.
Ooh. That is very high risk.
Hmm.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. You most likely have it, but I think that regardless of how you spread your dong out, usually I would end up losing if I left that Hody on the board.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
So I do kind of need to just hope that that goes through somehow. I got punished for a very greedy keep.
That's fair as well. I think with that play, we just do this, and if you have it,
nah.
you have it.
I don't have
Yes.
it. Dude, when you win, the game ends in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. Look at my
Yeah, okay.
timer, it's still like I spent 1 minute playing the game. It's good. It's
Okay.
good also like for longer tournaments, right?
Yeah.
Because the decision making is a lot easier. That's why like I really like playing this compared to like playing your deck, where like it's strong, but there's so many different lines to consider, and like everyone
Yeah.
says it's a brain dead deck or like it's super easy or whatever, but they don't really understand the like what happens when you don't have any ramp and what happens if you have too many options
Yeah.
to ramp. Then it's definitely a different game.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people like they see the expected move of this sort of deck and they understand like, well, if you just double ramp into 9 cost, then you just win the game. There's like no skill to the deck, cringe deck, ban the leader, everything, you know? But learning how to play out the situations when you don't have your ideal move is how you actually do well with this deck, and that's kind of the tricky part.
100%, 100%. I think like even decks like black yellow Luffy and green purple Luffy, like other decks that are like very similarly like accused of being brain dead have that same problem. But I think this one has the
Right.
most because its line feels the most linear, it gets the most flack for it, I think.
Mm.
Again, I have the stupid bug, so I'm sorry.
No worries. Hmm.
On one hand, like this line is really good, like cause the Mihawk is basically a 6k attacker, but on the other hand, like if you jam it into the Kiku here, like it feels kind of bad, I think.
Yeah. So I do want to hit into the Kikunojo with 7k, but should we deal with this?
I do have a
Could
2k,
I? Yeah,
so let's just
I could hit 6k into your leader, and then you cut the 2k, and that kind of
yeah,
effectively does the
yeah,
same thing.
that works. Let's do
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So here's 7k at Kikunojo,
Okay,
and I have
2k.
this and Nodon active.
Okay, that's good. Um, this line is a bit awkward because I don't have. Yeah, this line is a bit awkward, but I kind of have to just go. Actually, no, that's a guess. Oh, wait, no, you don't have non-active. Okay, okay, okay. I got scammed by my sim.
Yeah, Nodon active. Yeah, I will take this.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
This is the kind of play where like Smoker would have been really good, but I just can't justify the brick slot for him. Like, cause he's only good on this turn. Oh wow, okay,
Yeah,
taking that
that
is crazy.
happens.
Taking here is
Hmm.
very brave.
Yeah, I'm figuring out what I should do right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, I mean you go to this is 6. You go to 7. There's not that many options. I guess it's like Nami. Nami 2 down open, 6k into Kikunojo, perhaps.
did I wish?
Okay, that is still the 6k into Kikunojo.
Yeah.
This character card, by the way, are fucking worthless in this matchup.
Pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, just instant counter. But so good into everything else, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Like if Lucci is running the new Teach instead of Jack as well, for example, like Tomalok, goodbye. Oh damn, okay. Yeah, you can have it.
Yep.
Tapped out? Okay. I mean, I'm 5 life, so I think I'm pretty comfortable to hold it here. 9 cards in hand. Sometimes this deck, the hand card's quite fake, right? So
Yeah. I mean, I'll let you know my hand's entirely 2Ks though, so I think this will still be fine.
I mean,
I'll
yeah,
just send
I'm
this to the
happy to
bottom.
burn three cards still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Entirely 2K is better. This post mulligan.
Yeah, no. So the 5 cards on the, I don't know for you if it's on the left or right side, but for me the left side.
Yeah, Luffy,
9 Luffy,
Sanji.
9 Sanji, Red Rock, 9 Mom, 8 Katakuri. That was my hand after Mulligan.
Yeah, see, sometimes the deck just doesn't
Sometimes it just
function. Yeah,
happens. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work.
my life kind of crazy by the way. There's a Kinemon and a Kikunojo here.
Yeah, I feel like every game you've had multiple things in your life.
Yeah, which is like pretty fortunate, honestly. I mean, okay, sometimes I rig
Mm.
them, which is fine, right? With the
Dude, you
Hiyori.
have 3 Hodies in your hand. I can't win that.
Yeah, there's no way. I just top decked one. I had two. Then I top
Yeah,
decked another. I was like, yeah, I'm sending.
yeah,
Poor.
no, that's totally fine to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I just had more counter, I mean, with 3 Hodies probably difficult, but if I had more counter to be able to stabilize and not have to take the 8k from Kikunojo the turn before,
100%.
go down to 0 on this turn, then go into my leader effect. Or I mean, next turn I'd be at 9, but play 9 Mom, go up to 2 life with about 6 or 7 cards in hand, then leader effect. Assuming that you don't triple Hodie me, then I think I can stabilize. It's just that I just didn't have enough counter to actually get to that point.
Yeah, if you just had one Bagua like the previous turn, I think like it's really easy for you to stabilize there. But the thing about this deck is that sometimes it just does that, right? When like both this deck and green purple, and I guess regular purple as well, like a lot of them they just and purple black as well, right? They're all running super greedy, like okay, Gigant will save me, and this leader is the epitome of no, it will not. So like if I
Right.
kill you before 8, you cannot Gigant and you will die. And that's definitely the angle I'm trying to go for a lot of the time.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, I've got a
Okay.
pretty good
Well,
start here.
you've already technically won the series 3-1.
Yes.
But we'll play out this final game. Hopefully I can at least make it 2-3.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
My bad. Okay.
No
Final
worries,
game.
no worries. Yes, game 5 redo because sim you can't rewind sim. I would
Yeah.
like there to be a undo function, but I think that's I guess a little bit like wonky because of like information and everything. But if it's like in a private game, I think it's fine. Like it will make it a much better testing tool.
I think you can save board states at the very least, but it's hard to like rewind them, yeah. Okay.
Damn, I'm almost whiffed. Okay. Okay. Another issue I
I
have
don't
with
know.
this Yamato Searcher is I wish it was 1k base and the effect was plus 2k. Because not being able to trade into Bonnie Searcher is a very irritating
That's interesting.
reality.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what it is. Today I just can't find the cards that I need.
No,
I'm
that
trying to think,
happens.
how do I pull myself out of this? I think for now I just need to play slow.
Okay. I mean, I still have to swing with this first. If you trigger Red Rock, then so be it, I guess. Okay.
I was hoping to trigger a ramp or something.
No, I'm sure. I mean, you can borrow this if you have it.
Yeah. But I think I will just 1k that.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty unfortunate though. Missing 3 on this leader is super punishing.
It's not the worst if I also have 8 category, so we'll kind of get there when we get there.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate the respect. 2 don't open. This Bagua. I can't afford to let you 9 next turn. So this is the play.
Okay, I see.
Tate Oki.
I'll let you know I didn't have Bagua.
That's fine. I mean, it's threatening enough, you know.
Yeah, no,
It's still quite
like that's
fair
exactly
game.
why you leave up the Dudong.
Yeah. I mean, you don't.
It's one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a bad spot with blue purple Luffy, just leave up Dudong sometimes and the opponent won't hit into you sometimes. So
Yeah. It's free 1k counter minimum.
yep.
In this case, it was 3k counter.
Do
Okay,
this.
okay.
Those are cards.
They are cards.
I don't think they help me enough though. Yeah, I sent it to the bottom.
Okay.
By doing it in this order, it kind of lets me check and scout out the cards that I would draw with Nami, or rearrange, choose exactly what I would get.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
So,
It feels like wasteful if you like leave it on top, but if you left it on top, then the cards are good anyway. So like, is there a need to complain? No.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, two on
and
top.
your turn.
Well, it's my turn to not really see the cards I want.
God, first game without Hody on curve. I guess we've had games without Hody, but
Well, I think it's just this then. Yeah, I think it's just this. I just go wide.
assume another 4 is coming down then. 4 and 8. Counter the first one.
Yeah. Actually, it's 4 into 9. The interesting thing is Momo doesn't need to return 2 from the same character. So I return 1 from leader and 1 from
interesting.
Momo. Yeah. Pretty nice
I see.
little interaction.
Yeah, I think I'll just block that.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay.
1 Kiku is rested.
Yep. We are Luffy Gaming now.
Yeah. You're at 8. You have good. You have top deck set. You have a Bon Clay on board still. And I don't have Shirahoshi. Okay. Also Hachi.
I would like to 6k into Kikunojo. How should we do this?
You can just swing into Momo. Then
Yeah.
if I got, I'll guard.
Okay. Yeah, that's only an issue if you decide to let it go. So
Yeah.
not a
If I
problem.
let it go, then I mean we'll figure it out. But I'm guarding here.
Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to bam,
Okay.
bam. Yeah, I can do things this game.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, you have 7 hands still? It's really bad for me. Throwing Gigan. Okay.
Yeah. The thing is, I've already seen what my next turn's probably going to be from all of the tart cards that I look at.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's going to be a while for me to actually be able to use that Giganto.
That's fair. It's so appropriate that the Snake Man Luffy is the one with the best observation haki.
Yeah. Very nice.
I still have to do this, I think. It's my best
Okay.
option. Oops, kind of missequence, but it's fine. No Red Rock punish, please.
Do I pull out the Red Rock now or later?
The unrigged Red Rock, by the way.
I think I just try to stay healthy, maybe. Yeah, no. Hody's scary. I'll stay healthy.
Yep. Yeah, bye. Okay. My board is in danger. But okay, I got the hand down a little. Back to 5.
It's gone down a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll heal 1.
Okay. Thing is, if you Hody me, then this Nami doesn't actually end up mattering as an attacker. Or as a blocker.
I mean, if you play a 9 cost, yeah.
Yeah, I hit into this.
Oh god. This Bonkley is a bit irritating.
Yeah, I mean, forecast 9,000 that ramps you a dong. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, just a little balanced card.
If I attach more dong, I can guarantee killing the kid.
Yeah,
But I feel like,
four don is guaranteed.
yeah. Um, but nah, this is still the better play.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Okay.
Okay. We're getting there. Almost.
You are getting there. I don't really have good options here. And there's the whiff.
How many targets do you run in your deck? I'm actually curious. Do you know off the top of your head?
20 or 22. I forget. After I cut the 5 cost moment,
Right.
whether it's 20 or 22. I think it's
Interesting.
20.
I mean, that's still like a 90% chance of hitting. So,
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunate.
mostly you should hit. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you take out the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 targets in my trash and 2 in my life. It's a little bit of a pain, huh? I mean, I have to clear this, right? Yeah, I have to clear this. I don't believe Nami will be turning sideways for this.
I was slightly tempted, but
Yeah.
not in this situation with one card in hand.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. Honestly, I mean, I have
I
7
think this
life.
is,
I'm okay with this.
yeah. I mean, I think I'm fine to just block this with Nami.
Yeah.
If I take that, then I do expose myself to 7 cost Hody at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, not resting the kid there is smart.
No, it definitely had to be like. I'm not guarding it with one head card. I just need to draw one of my Hodies, ideally.
Yeah.
And I have 7 lives, so I'm not dying this turn at least. Like maybe the next turn, but this turn I'm still safe. This deck tests like fundamentals a lot. Like any aggro deck in general is like super fundamental heavy. Give a second. Okay. Okay, 5 hand. 5 hand is a good number. It's not 6 hand. It's not 7 hand. Before I discarded that Hiyori end of turn, like if you hadn't put my Kiku at the top of my life, at the bottom, I was considering like Hiyori to grab the Momo and just use that to rush. I
that's
think
fun,
that would
yeah.
have been the play.
Interesting. Yeah. The reason why I only swing once into here is because although it's a low chance, if I end up giving you a trigger and Hody, then I am actually in lethal range. So just to prevent, like, just to mitigate the odds of you getting that as much as possible, I do want to chip it away eventually, but I don't need to on this turn.
No, that's fair. I can't really develop here. I think it's better to just do this.
Yeah. I think even if I take this, you won't hit with the kid. I guess you could just slam 5 dong on it, but I defend that once, and then the game's basically over unless you top deck Hody. It's still probably safer for me to just counter this, though.
It is. It's always safer. Well, I can't use the draw effect anyway, but.
Okay. These are not the cards I really want to see, though.
Yeah. A 10k swing countered with 2 cards. Fun. If my body could trigger, I would have been able to swing 11, which would have been pretty huge. But alas. Okay, that's the Giganto. I assume like this time it's gonna be like 5 down open or some shit, so
Very likely.
yeah, I don't expect my Hori to be getting much value here. Yep. Okay,
That's a card, yeah.
that is a card.
Hmm. Don't really want to see a second one, but also I don't want the game to go on too much longer.
Yeah. There's no second one. There's no third one.
Okay. And then I'm in a spot where I can for sure kill you in the next 2 turns. If I hit you twice more, there's a chance that I just kill you next turn.
Yep.
At this point, though, now that I've been able to find the Giganto, I should be safe to just try to finish the game the next turn, I think. This might be risky, but okay. We didn't get a trigger, but we could have given you the Hody, so we'll see.
Yeah. But I don't think holding matters that much. Yeah, especially with that.
Yeah.
So 1 Gigant in hand, top 5 checked.
At the very least, it lets you rest my blockers.
Yeah, but the Dawn is definitely an issue.
We'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there when we get there. Fucking 7 Dawn open.
We need to play around the double Moja Talamure into 7 cost Hody, 15 Gong play. Okay. I will say though, there's no reason for me to attach Dong to my characters.
No, yeah, I'm
like,
thinking no matter
yeah,
what.
it's better for me if you counter. That's why I'm only hitting at 9.
No, 100%. Like, it's correct. It's just irritating. Okay. Well, I only have 1 play here, so. Eight, 10. Okay.
It is scary though that you do have a chance though, because usually this board state would mean the opponent needs 5 attacks.
No, 100%. Yeah, it's like literally unfinishable. But okay, so option 1 is 6, 6, 7, 8, 10. Option 2 is 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Right, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 9. 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 9. And I need to land 3. 6, 6, 6, 6, 8. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 9. So 1, 1, 1, 6, 8, 9. You need 3 ones. You have a Gigant in hand, and you've seen your top 5. I need to write this down. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 9. Line number 2 is 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. This line is worse. This line is worse. Yeah. Okay. Then the other line is 6, 6. The other line is 4, 1, 1, 3, 6, 6, 6, 8, 10. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Oh, that line feels bad as fuck as well. But Gigant. Playing like 6, 6 into Gigant is probably better. But you know this life as well. Oh man, it's so difficult. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 10. 6, 6, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so you only need to guard. Okay, I need 3 to go through, right? So 1, 1, 1, 1. I think the first line is probably the best. 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 9. You need to guard 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 8, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, yeah, let's do that line then.
Okay.
Okay.
All I heard were numbers for the past 5 minutes, so I
that
don't know
was
what's gonna go on.
Yeah, this is the first
Yeah.
time my timer is close to yours.
Oh yeah.
6, 6, 6. Just let me just confirm that. 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 9. Okay. Okay. We start with this 6 to play on red rock.
Okay. Yep.
So you know the top life, but not the second life, which means fuck it. We're ascending. We're just sending. Okay. So I still need to clear around red rock. I don't think you're running Gravy Blade. If not, Bonnie was actually the correct attack here. Actually, Bonnie was the correct attack here regardless. I should have done Bonnie. That's whatever. Pray I don't
Probably,
get
yeah.
punished.
But
Bonnie's better
yeah.
into red rock. Better into Grav Blade. Because God Shred's KO is just done. I mean, trigger is just done. Okay. Is this BM? Chat, is this BM? 1, 3. Okay, that's a Gigant, so 6, 9. If Gigant 2 bricks, it forces the Gigant here. Then nope. Oh well, it's okay.
It was close.
It was close, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't actually BM though, because I had the Giganto, Gear Second, and Usachi in my hand, so if I counter too early, then I am going to be forced to use one of those events for a 6k.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
yeah. I wanted to hold on for as long as possible. And at least
No.
I can see all of your damage on the board, so I can just calculate that I'll be fine.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's a better line. After you took the first 6, maybe I should have pivoted. Maybe I should have pivoted like 6, 6, 8, 8, 9. Maybe that
I
was
still think that's probably the right line.
this line that I just
Just
did.
yeah, with the amount of cards that I have in my hand, I think just hitting low, especially that because you know that I have Giant in my hand,
Yeah,
probably tricky to like actually change the amount of attack that you go with because Giant just blocks anything basically.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, okay, that last line, I mean the 3 hand, if there was Gigant 2 bricks, I just almost always win. So like I just had to bet on that life being a brick, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Take the finisher.
Yeah, let me just gain a little bit more counter at the end. Okay.
Okay, now it's BM. Now it's BM.
No, it's not that BM.
Yeah, okay. Could have been worse. Could have been the Luffy. Still 2-2Ks. God.
Yeah, no, I drew into 2-2Ks, or like I set it up with 3
yeah,
Ghost of Flamingo.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, a lot of learnings, I think. A lot of interesting lines for sure. The Shirahoshi tech, very good.
That shit actually ruined me, yeah.
Very, very good tech. I think will serve a lot of purposes in other matchups as well, like Shanks and Lucci as well. Should be pretty difficult for them to get rid of it. So pretty happy with that actually. This was a really good like hour or so of testing. Now that, well, we were talking about how at the start of OP11 you felt like the matchup was basically free. How do you feel it is now?
Let me pull up your deck list here. Ooh, you run 4 Shirahoshi. Okay, yeah. If it was like only 2, I'd say that like maybe I still could be fine. But no, with that many Shirahoshi and all of the other random top end things that you have in your deck, like the 6 cost Momonosuke, just in general being kind of in a way extra Hody Jones as well as ACOS Mihawk, ACOS Kid that have managed to come out like one or the other basically every single game did make it quite difficult. I think Blue Purple Luffy is one of those decks where like once they can start to outboard the opponent, then they just start to win. So having these bigger bodies that have immediate strong effects are really, really valuable. Especially 8-cost Kid was really good against me specifically. I don't know how good that is against other matchups, but I think that you have a lot of cards that deal with my deck very well, especially with the Moljan Talamere, Dead Man's Game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I am happy to see Yamato anymore once I flip over later, but at least I guess, am I supposed to be taking second now? That feels intuitively wrong, but that felt better in our testing.
But yeah, I think the 5 games we played, it was win loss win win loss, right? And
yeah, I won once going first and once going second, and you won twice going second.
Yeah, I think the second curve is much better, especially with the Mihawk. Like the 4-don 6k swing plus Mihawk Kiku is super good, right?
Yeah.
And then going second also, the turn 1 Hiyori into Kikunojo on life is also very good, right? Because it protects me for quite a bit. Even if it's nothing, right? Like it prevents you from swinging, so that effectively becomes like infinite counter for a couple of turns. And this was even better of a play when I still had the 5-cost Momo in the deck, because later the Hiyori goes back to my life.
Right.
Your point about all the big bodies being like super tough for your deck is pretty much the point. Before this, I did go to a flagship, only 3 rounds because, I mean, One Piece, not so popular nowadays, but
interesting.
3-round flagship, last round into Blue Purple Luffy, and my main issue was just 9-mom sending Momo to life, and that's when I made the adjustments for Shirahoshi and Mihawk to come back into the deck. And I think they're pretty effective additions in this matchup, and I think in general they should be pretty effective as well. The one issue I have with this deck list as it is now is it feels very toolboxy, where there are certain texts that I want to see in certain matchups, and there are certain texts that I don't want to see at all in certain matchups, like Carrot in this matchup versus Carrot in GP. I guess that's the main one, to be honest, but it's such a significant card in the GP matchup, and even the Zoro matchup and the green yellow law matchup, that I kind of have to run it. Because imagine like green yellow law slams 7-cost law and you just answer with 1 rabbity girl, and that's kind of it for them. But all in all, I think that I have an idea. And I think the idea makes sense, and it seems like it has potential, at least into this specific matchup. And I think I'm pretty certain now like go second is correct, which is also good, because if, like you said, everyone playing against me intuitively selects, okay, let me just go first, because aggro decks in general want to go first, and then they see my perfect Hiyori, Kiku, Momo, Kid, or Mihawk curve, and then they're kind of in trouble.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of strengths, I think. Definitely a lot of potential, and hopefully I can show that potential with results this time.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Yeah, thanks a bunch. That was a really fun set of games, though. Personally, I really enjoyed it. I haven't been playing much for OP11, so pretty happy to be back, and always nice to collab, hang out for a bit, play with someone who is good at the game, and then just get a lot of insight as well into the matchup as well. And I think I learned quite a few like very niche interactions, like if you're going to, I think specifically that game 3 one with the God Threat, where maybe I don't trigger, so you can't God Threat and get value off of that, especially if it's like if it's a Kinemon. Like if it's a Kikunojo, I think it's still fine, like I still trigger so that I don't draw the brick, and if you KO it, I heal. But that's a very nice like niche interaction to know.
Yeah, and I guess for my side, if I trigger a Red Rock, preventing the successful Momosuke is a very small thing that could happen, but it is something that could have happened in these games, so something I wasn't aware of either.
Yeah, the targeting the Mihawk instead of the Kiku. Yeah, that would have been
Mm,
pretty huge for sure. I think that would have been very
yeah,
frustrating for me because that Red Hawk
yeah,
would have become 3K counter instead of a brick, which is huge.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Game might have went a bit differently if I thought of that. But yeah, uh, good games for sure. And thank you for having me on for your channel. And
100%.
good luck at your flagships and everything and whatnot. Oh no, championship. Yeah,
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Super excited to have you here. Hopefully, we can do something on your channel as well next time. And I mean, when I'm back in Japan, we can hang out again. That would be great.
sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, that being said, thank you, friendos and randos, for watching. If you have any thoughts on the deck list, on the video, on Kai's Blue Purple Luffy, make sure to leave it in the comments below. Make sure to buy Kai's Blue Purple Luffy guide now with Green Yellow Yamato counterplay section to be added now that he has a bit more experience with the matchup. And
We'll see. We'll see.
make sure to support him on his channel, iKaiLakai, and also on Twitter and Metafy. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.